Hello, you are watching Rock Paper Shotgun, and this is Red Faction Guerrilla Remastered, a game that is set on Mars, so it's remastered, it's a pun, and I thought we'd test out, to see how it looks really in this remastered version. There are improved textures, improved shadows, improved lighting, 4K support. This isn't a 4K video, I'll warn you in advance. So I thought we'd test out the wrecking crew mode, which is kind of like a opportunity to test out all the weapons, smash down environments. Normally it's against the clock, so it's kind of a, whoa, dearie me, I've already messed it up by having a giant girder fall on my head. Oh my word, and that. Whoops, I forgot, well actually this isn't how fast buildings normally fall down. I've turned on kind of speedy collapse so that the buildings are a bit more willing to fall down, so I thought it would make for a more spectacular video. I didn't think about the threat of 8 tons of concrete falling on poor Mason's head. Oh well. But yeah, this is normally a sort of time trial score, high score mode, but I've turned off the clock so we can take it at a more leisurely pace. In each level you get to select one weapon. I thought we'd start with the sledgehammer. It's the most unspectacular, still pretty sturdy, pretty satisfying to use. You know, what really made this game stand out in its day was the destruction. Obviously it's you know, you can sort of see the seams a little more easily now in sort of modern light, but it's still a lot of fun how things crumble, and particularly if you take down all the structural support for buildings, they begin to sort of groan and then eventually they'll collapse. It's quite broad, but it's still very satisfying to smack away at things and see little holes. Obviously in the game there'll be lots of angry Martian sort of commando types trying to stop you from busting up their buildings, but you can knock little holes in the wall and shoot through them, and it's all very nice, and you can smash away some concrete and expose some rebars for some hot rebar action, which is always very important. Should we try a slightly more exciting weapon? I think we shall. Let's do that. We're going to play with the remote charges. These were basically what I fell in love with when I played the game originally. Oh, look at that crunch. Down it goes. At the start of the game you're only given a couple of these, so you can kind of explode sort of a couple of things at once, but as the game goes on you invest salvage to have more of these so you can really lace a building. Oh, is that going to fall down? It's beginning to rumble. Bet one more of these will do the trick. Yeah, down it crumbles. Oh, look at that. That's still pretty impressive. Oh. Imagine if it was full of goons. That's the satisfaction of these. Yeah, but in this mode, obviously, we can lace it with. Oh, whoops. Lots of exploding things. It's a lot of fun. Obviously, there was Just Cause 3 had a very similar, lots of like exploding things, and you know, you could use a grappling hook to drag stuff down. But for my money, there's a lot more variety of explosions in this. Yeah, I'll do it. Oh, apologies, I don't want this video just to become 10 minutes of me giggling at my own explosions. I've also got a jetpack. You get other backpacks that have different sort of functions. I'll show off some of the other ones later. Jetpack's obviously quite useful for clambering up when you've blown up the stairs, which happens a lot. Oh, lovely. Look at that, all very smooth. Oh yeah, I originally played this on the Xbox, where obviously the frame rate was nowhere near as good as this, so yeah, it's quite a treat to see everything collapse in more style. Oh! Ah! That's it. You're not getting me, you stinking chimney. Oh, brilliant. Look at that. Oh, one more thing to blow up, let's do it. Yeah, very sort of cinematic explosions. Obviously, in the real game, you have to be a bit more kind of strategic about, you know, you blow down the sides of certain things and they'll fall in a direction, and then you can make them fall on something, and yeah, you've got a bit more kind of control over it. Ooh. Let's see how the old rocket launchers are looking. Let's try a rocket launcher for the Yeah, that's pretty good. Just blown a big old hole in the masonry. Let's fly up here. Tackle things from above. Bosh. Very nice. Yeah, it's kind of a shame that Red Faction seemed to sort of disappear. I know this one had a lot of fans back in the day. You know, lots of big explosions. It's hard to kind of argue with that. I think the second one, the one that came after this, Armageddon, was a bit more of a kind of survivally horror thing. Had a similar tech, but was sort of took it in a slightly more kind of darker direction. You know, I'd be interested to see, and then the series stopped after that, and you know, I'd be interested to see, you know, if they were to, maybe this is like a test run to see if there's interest in a new one, because with modern tech you could do some crazy stuff. Like there's Crackdown 3 that's doing it. Oh, here we go. Bosh! Crackdown 3 that's using like cloud computing to do the whole sort of a proper open world sandbox city where every kind of pixel of destruction is recorded and sort of maintained by the cloud, so you can have crazy death matches where the level will change over time and you can basically sculpt the city to whatever you want. But I'd love to see a slightly more built up game of Red Faction, though this one does have quite a good balance of destruction. You know, kind of has a purpose. You know, you're on Mars and you're taking down this evil corporation, and so the things that you're you're basically blowing away the buildings that kind of represent the corporation's sort of foothold on the planet. You know, you can't destroy the cliffs and the landscape or anything like that, so it's it really focuses the destruction, which is probably a bit better than just having a giant world where you can kind of do anything, because I think that would probably get a little boring after a while. You know, if you could come up with some exciting missions that let you kind of dig your way through buildings to victory, or, you know, apply destruction in a slightly more kind of creative way, you know, I can see that there still being a place for Red Faction. In failing that, I'll just happily play this for a few more months, blowing up. Oh, down it goes. Yeah, let's get it. I think my work is done here. Let's blow up a factory with a Thermobaric rocket launcher. Christ. Obviously, in the main game, you don't get these really juicy tools until much later, and even then they're kind of in slightly shorter supply, because otherwise you just absolutely rinse it. You have to make do with the remote charges, but you know, that's a lot of fun. Oh, down it goes. Yeah, the only downside to this one is all the exciting explosions are getting in the way of me actually watching all the destruction, but it gets the job done. Oh, I love it. Brilliant. I've been playing House Flipper recently, where you also knock down a lot of walls just with a hammer, not with a Thermobaric rocket launcher. And these houses, like, I don't think you could say I'm renovating them. Yeah, I know I'm not so much house flipping as house flattening. Oh, down they come. Oh, that really got the job done. Yeah, very good. It's just enough physics to keep you happy, isn't it? Boom. Wonderful. Let's see what we got next. Time for the Nano Rifle, which, well, sends out little, like, nanobot things that eat rather than just explode. Nom nom nom. Nom nom nom. Oh, down it goes. Oh, blimey. Took down a bit of a bridge. Oh, that's nice. That's got to be the best weapon in the game. Just eating stuff. No evidence of all the damage I've done. Need one of these to clean my house. Vaporised cat litter. All the empty bottles of Pepsi Max. You go vaporise the entire thing. Yeah, this one's a bit more surgical, so you can kind of remove things like these struts and kind of really target things holding up the specifics. I wonder if we can make this bridge fall down if we remove enough of the gubbins holding it up. Keep chipping away at this. Oh, there we go. That did the trick. Nice. Oh yeah, this is a fab weapon. Come on. It's crumbling. It's crumbling. It wants to come down. Let's fly up and have a look. That's what they do in cartoons, isn't it? You know, and you're just like, well, I've removed all the struts. This should have fallen down. And then Wile E. Coyote comes and jumps on it a few times. Why is it not falling down? And lo and behold, well, it didn't fall down there. If this were, oh yeah, now it did. Yeah, that's cartoon logic. I think that's most of the level vaporized. Brilliant. Obviously in the game you can use this on people too, which is pretty vindictive. Oh, smash, smash, smash. Lovely. Good gun. I give it 10 out of 10. So the first thing I wanted to show here is I've got the Rhino Backpack, which lets you just sort of charge through things. Bosh! In we go. That'll do the trick. And we've also got the Singularity charges, which, well, I'll show you what they do. Should probably get away. Om nom 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 nom. Eat everything up! So what you want to do with these, put them in the centre of a building. And then get the hell out of there. Get the hell out of there! They'll just absorb everything in sight. Crash. Fortress. Down it goes. They don't make their giant death fortresses like they used to. That's it. Munch it all up. This would also be very good for cleaning my house. Just throw one of those in the cat litter box. Just warp it away to I don't know, another dimension? I don't really know what goes on inside a Singularity. Again, didn't get past GCSE physics. It's kind of cheating to jump in this mode and test out all the weapons before you naturally fight them in the campaign, but, you know, why not? Let's see what else we got. When you don't want to mess around with weapons, you can just walk through buildings in a heavy walker. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Look at that. Stompbot. Smash! Come on. That's it. Just keep going. They won't know what hit them. Well, they'll know that a Stompbot hit them. That's it. Box. Smash! That's the closest I'll get to playing King Kong. God. Chaos. Yeah, you get lots of walkers in the game. You get this big heavy one, there's like a lighter one, there's a combat one which fires rocket launchers. If you've got one of these, basically the enemy's in trouble. It's kind of cheat mode, just to walk through buildings. Right, I'm sorry, but that is just preposterous. That shouldn't work, right? Is there any version of physics where that works? There we go. I'll smash it down. Nice! We've got one last toy to play with. This backpack I've got is the Tremor Backpack. Well, when you turn it on, I'll show you what it does. It sort of vibrates aggressively and sends out shockwaves. What I want to know is what this does to the person wearing it, because surely... Oh no, I've fallen over inside a building! That was a really stupid place to activate it. Like, does it give you a nice back massage? Is it like being on one of those sort of vibrating beds? I mean, surely if whatever it's sending out can vibrate concrete to dust, your bones are not going to be much better served by it. But it's just, I mean, what a ridiculous toy. Oh, lovely. Lovely destruct. Thunk. all the little red dots to go. Come on, Alec Mason. Oh. It feels like it's almost sort of out of fashion now for games just to be about big, stupid explosions. At E3, no one came out on stage and just said, this year, we're going to make you reevaluate fireballs. It's all kind of, we're going to show you these characters, the depths of morality like you've never seen, and I don't think we should be ashamed of explosions. Anyway, I've had a lot of fun playing Red Faction Remastered today. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching me blow up some buildings with a variety of weapons. The game is out on July the 3rd, when you can then enjoy some of these explosions for yourself, of course with all those new textures, new lighting effects, which I haven't really demonstrated in this rather drab looking level, and 4K resolution, if your PC supports that kind of thing. If you enjoyed this video, do contemplate subscribing to Rock Paper Shotgun. We are a channel that covers all things PC games, from games about a man with a vibrating backpack to games about decorating houses instead of smashing them to pieces. We've got lots of great things on the channel, so hopefully you'll flick through some of our other videos and see what we've been up to. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.